Hello everyone, welcome back to codingscientist.com. You are watching Cloud IoT ML on Nano RP2040. Alright guys, in the previous lesson we did try to troubleshoot in the MU IDE why our board is not getting detected. Even though the mode we changed from CircuitPython to RP2040 chip and again reverted back to CircuitPython in the mode, right? But still at the bottom of the IDE it was just showing CircuitPython, but the board is not getting detected. The physical board of RP2040 has to show up in the IDE. Then I did some research and I figured out, oh my god, the board is actually in the hung mode. So we got to reset it back to the factory resetting. There is a trick to do that. So I did some research in the Arduino troubleshooting site and I found out some clues. So I'm going to show you the section what I found, and I'm going to do it in front of you so that the recording is done live while I'm doing the troubleshooting, and you will also learn parallelly. So let me move on to the Arduino site where I figured out the issue. Right, I hope you guys can see my screen. Why is it getting hung again? Right. Okay, cool. So this is the site guy. I mean, if you search for, what did I search? I did search for, it's getting hung. Force bootloader board not detected. This one, right? So what it says, disconnect the board from your computer by removing the USB. I will just do that right now. I removed it, and then place a jumper wire between REC and ground pin on the board. Then connect the board to your computer. So place the jumper wire between the pins of ground and REC. So this is the pin here. If you can see it, I'm trying to finger point. That is the second pin and the third pin from right next to the USB port, next to the micro USB. You can see this is the micro USB port, and this is pin number 1. Next one is pin number 2 and pin number 3. The pin number 2 is ground after the win pin, after the first pin. The second one is ground pin and the third one is REC pin. So as per this, we are following the same instruction, and then when the board is connected, it will open a mass storage device. You can now remove the jumper pin. Okay, let me just connect it. I don't see anything is happening. I think I connected the wrong pin. Maybe it is this side. I think it is from this side, guys. I am sorry. There you go. There is a mark here. Can you see? As it says, it's a ground pin. See, as per this, it says ground pin and REC pin. So the mark which shows here, the white color mark, this is the ground pin. So I need to put it here. The ground pin, and then the REC pin, the third pin. And now I am going to connect it. Let me connect. There you go, the happy little, thank God it's come up. I was little afraid whether the board is conked off or something. So now we can see the boot cell is coming up. Let's say now what it says. Let me minimize this. You can now remove the jumper. Okay, let me remove the jumper. Alright, I removed it. Now upload the basic sketch such as blink example to the board, even though it is not visible the port selection. Let me open up Arduino. So this is the blink code. How do we go to the blink code? You need to, let me just show it to you here on the right hand side. Let me just minimize this. So if you go to file, right, go to examples, go to basics, go to blink, and that should open this particular section, that is the blink code. Now code is open. Now what it says, upload the basic sketch such as the blink example to the board even though it is not visible in the port. Let me see whether it's visible on the port. No, it is not, but let me select the board at least. Okay, the board is Arduino Nano RP2040 Connect. Let me just upload the code, compiling sketch. And then what it says, when it has finished uploading, your board should be visible in the board port selection and your board's built-in LED should be blinking. This means it is successful. I hope it does. It's running, it's compiling. I hope it does. I think this is a common problem switching between MicroPython and C++, code IDE. So probably we put the firmware inside in one of the two lessons before. I showed you how to put the MicroPython firmware. After the firmware, I think something got messed up. I don't know. Anyways, let's reset it and put the firmware back. Even compiling a blink code is taking quite a lot. It's still compiling. Upload the sketch such as blink example to the board even though it is not visible in the port. Okay, when it has finished uploading, your board should be visible in the board port selection and your board's built-in LED should be blinking. This means it is successful. Okay, done uploading. Fantastic. I can see it's blinking, the inbuilt red LED. Can you see here, guys? Right? Okay, great. So the board is not defective and I don't see any issue with the board. So looks like, we might want to upload the firmware again. So what I'm going to do, let me just minimize this. Okay, let me just what we need to do. So we have something called flash nukeuf file. So this flash file I will show you from where to download. This particular file is basically to clean your entire install, the setup, whatever garbage files are there inside. It might probably clean up. So let's give a try. So what we need to do, we need to first double click this. There you go. If you double click, we get this window open again. And then what we need to do, I will just drag and drop this flash nuke. It's going to clean up the entire thing inside. There you go. Okay. Perfect. So it's come back again. Let me click. It's gone. It's come back again. All right. Now let's put the Adafruit Circuit Python firmware. I'm going to drag this again and put it here. It's copying. Okay. Looks like we are done. Now what we will do, let's open up the MU IDE. I'm going to look for MU. Okay. Right, I hope you guys can see the MU editor. Okay, there you go. Could not find any circuit python device. Okay, let me just click this. Okay, so this is the basic blink code which I have: import board and digital IO, import time. Let's just check why we are not able to detect. Still I can see only circuit python. Let me check the mode. It's circuit python. Let me click OK. Let me just unplug and plug it again. All right. Circuit python. Let me save. Actually, if you save this, it should go to your Nano RP2040 board, but it's not. It's saving into my local C drive. So, which is a problem, guys. There is some problem. Okay, let's figure out what is the problem. What should be the problem? Let me just figure out if I am able to get. See, you should be able to see circuit pi kind of drive here on the left hand corner, which we are not able to see, right? So there is some problem here. Let me double click. I'm trying to double click, nothing is happening, and here nothing is happening. So looks like I need to go back to the factory setting again and figure out what's happening. So it's an interesting troubleshooting, isn't it? See, can you see the check mark here? I just cannot see the board, though the circuit python is selected, but it shows cross. This board, it should detect actually your board. Let's try Thorny IDE. Let me open up Thorny IDE. If this is able to detect Python 3.7, I don't see the board here as well. Configure interpreter. MicroPython, I don't see the board here as well, even in Thorny IDE. There is something weird, guys. Let's say MicroPython generic. MicroPython generic. No, there is something wrong. There is something majorly wrong. Neither your Thorny ID is detecting nor your MUID is detecting. Only Arduino is working. Circuit Python, MicroPython generic. Let me check. Let me unplug it and plug it again. Alright, looks like we got to reset it again. We need to follow the same step. Let's go back. I'm going to share my screen again. So let's do one thing, guys. Let's reboot it again. So it was this pin, right? The pin number 2, that is the ground pin, and then the REC pin. Okay, now let's connect it. Okay, there you go. So I can see this is coming up. So looks like, okay, this has come up. Let me remove the wire and let me load the basic program, which is for Blink. Compiling sketch. Uploading. It's done uploading and I can see the blink is working. So there is no problem with the board. Guys, looks like there is some issue with the firmware itself. You saw me troubleshooting. I'm trying to debug one by one, either this IDE, that IDE, this settings or that settings. But looks like the firmware within your RP2040 board itself is not working. The MicroPython firmware, it's not getting detected for some reason. It could be either a bug or it could be the older version of the firmware which is not compatible with Nano 2040, or it could be some other issue, because as soon as we reset the board using this jumper pin troubleshooting tips you saw in the Arduino site, right? It works perfectly with the Arduino IDE, but it's not accepting the MicroPython firmware. Once we load the firmware inside and disconnect, it just vanishes. It's not detecting in the mu IDE, neither on the Thani IDE. So there is something weird, so I need to troubleshoot something different. Anyways, the best part about this lesson is when you encounter these kind of issues, I showed you how to troubleshoot systematically step by step. So I'm going to do some more research to find out why the firmware is not working, and I'm going to make a separate video for that. I will come back to you soon. Goodbye.